Good morning, everyone. My name is Rupi Das. I'm MPhil scholar of Sikkim Central University from Sikkim in India. My presentation topic is women representation in electoral politics and analysis of issues and challenges of Assam. And also, I would like to thank IMCCRD for giving me the opportunity to give my presentation to visual presentation, to video presentation. And for that, thank you so much. Firstly, in introduction, as you know, the gender inequality in society is one of the failures of today's democratic countries. In different times, several arguments have been brought up by questioning democracy and rights of women equal participation in all fields, including in the decision-making process. Women have been excluded categories in a different field, and it is more visible in the political arena. So over the past years, women participation in the voting process has been increased, but political representation in electoral politics has to go a long way to get equal status like men. From developed to developing countries in almost all political arena, the numbers of women representation are not impressive. So understanding the women's representation in politics start by admitting the fact that except for a few, most of the countries do not make 50% in the national legislature. So women remain highly underrepresented in the national politics, with the average percentage of women in legislative bodies only 23.5% according to IPU 2019. Different new strategies have been adopted to increase gender equality in the political system. One of the popular is the quota system, which is also used as a reservation system in different countries. So there has been an increased demand for quotas globally over the last decade. In Asia, quota regulation are also being adopted in several countries, and people are even talk about a new quota favor. Let's know about what is political representation, what is definition said by the different scholars. So according to Kota and Hendricks, define political representation as an institutionalized system of political responsibility realized through the free electoral designation of certain fundamental political organisms. So Pitkin, in her work, The Concept of Representation, she said that she gave a straightforward definition of political representation. She said that it simply can be understood as a make present again. In this way, political representation is the activity of making citizen voices, option, and perspective present in the public policy processes. So Young, in her book Inclusion and Democracy, said that the representative should not be treated as a substitute for the represented. So basically, in the definition, we can just say that simple word. It can define as someone who represent in public office, an absent person who is supposed to occupy it, and someone who, for an inheritance, is someone in the place of individual whose right have been bestowed upon him. So basically, this study have three objectives: to understand the current situation of gender equality in the political arena of Assam, to investigate the women representation in the decision-making process, and to examine the challenges and issues faced by the women in electoral politics. Before coming to the status of women in political arena, I'd like to just give a brief about historical overview of women of Assam. So Northeast India comprises 8 states, basically Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, and Sikkim was added as a member of Northeastern Council in 2002. It is known for its diverse culture and ethnic groups, tradition, languages, and culture. Geographically, the Northeastern region is almost scheduled from the secluded from the people of the rest of country. During the British Raj, the northeastern states were established. So Assam, which was together with Nagaland, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Manipur, were separated after the independence by the government of India and formed as separate states. So basically, the state has experienced many changes, including territories and boundaries over the years. Assam is one of the prominent states not only in the northeast but also in India. So the state spread over 78,438 kilometers square and known for its attractive beauty and wildlife. The capital of Assam is Dispur, and Assam state comprises 27 districts, and it is one of the 8 states of Northeast India, which I already said. It is the largest state in the region in terms of population and second to Arunachal Pradesh in the geographical area. So despite her rich natural resources and culture, the state is lagging behind the rest of the country. The socio-economic setup of the state has not been conducive to overall development. Since it is a multi-ethnic state with heterogeneous cultural background, it has been experiencing insurgency and ethnic strife for the last 3 decades, because of which not only its economy but also the social fabric is under threat. So the worst victim in the process are the women, obviously. Um, though the entire region, including Assam, is free from the sum of social evils like dowry, sati pratha, then female feticide and infanticide, because of the prevalence of tribal indigenous culture, other forms of gender discrimination do exist as revealed in various gender gap studies. It is contrary to the general perception that women of Assam are as disadvantaged as the women in the rest of country. The public sphere is still being typically dominated by male members throughout the world. So as a result, what has happened? Most of the countries fail to give space and representation to women in political territory. There is no doubt that opportunities for women have increased in the past years. The women movement, the expansion of democracy, along with other factors, had melded to unlock the doors that have been historically closed to women. But the legacy of male-dominated remains unbroken. So therefore, women are underrepresented in political leadership position. So even women who belong from those societies who can enjoy freedom, their day-to-day life also seen undervalued in politics. Next point is women and electoral politics in Assam. So in Assam, similar to other northeastern states, women are independent and possess the right to make their own choices in all aspects of socio-economic life, bearing politics. So northeastern women relatively enjoy more equality and respect compared to other part of India. However, different report reveals that other forms of gender discrimination do exist in the region, including Assam. So according to Baseline Report 2018, Sikkim achieved the highest rank of 50 in gender equality among the northeastern region, where Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, and Arunachal Pradesh are 43, 42nd, 38, and 32 ranks respectively. So Assam and Meghalaya rank 36, while Manipur is only 25 rank. In most states of the northeast, including Assam, women are excluded when it comes to electoral politics. Most of the times they do not get enough votes to a representative in the decision making process. In Assam, there were a number of dedicated freedom fighters from all the districts during the independent movement, but when later we didn't see them in politics. The election reports show that women members in the Assam Legislative Assembly have been very few. On the other hand, in the mass movement, the role of women can be found the same as a freedom movement. After independence also, like there are different mass movement took place in the state of Assam, including the state language movement 1960, then refinery movement 1967, Assam movement on the foreigners issue, that was from 1974 to 1985. Then women of Assam freely joined all this movement, but later when came to politics, they could not get the support from the political parties, and they couldn't see in the political arena as the competitors of male members. So here, if you see that women of Assam in Lok Sabha election from 1952 to 2019, there's very less percentage you can see from 1952 to 2019, which last election was. And so in 1952 it was 6.67%, but if you see that it was declining in various time, 1982, 1980, 1984, 1989, 1991 and 1996, there are not even single women elected in the Lok Sabha from Assam. And in 2009 the condition was improved and it became 14.28%, but again it decreased, and in presently only 7.15% are representing in Lok Sabha women. They are from Assam. And here if you see the diagram, you can see the various ups and downs. Here you can see 1952 to 2019, only 16 women representative elected for Lok Sabha. From 1982 to 91, there are no women, as I said, but only 16 women till now from Assam has been represented in Lok Sabha election. Then in if you see the women representation in State Assembly of Assam, here from 1952 to 2016, the number has been very less, and women have occupied only 11.11% now. Um, the ability of women in politics could be seen in all part of Assam, but history bears witness that in the state of Assam, various faces of women have been revealed in politics from time to time since King rule. So 2016, out of 1064 total candidate in 126 candidates or constituencies, only 91 women candidates contested in the assembly election, where only 8 women were elected as representatives. Here the what are the challenges and issues faced by the women in politics? So women of Assam have been exercising their vote since the first general election. However, their percentage have comparatively lower in comparison to other part of India. There is no doubt that several women of Assam are holding key position in various political level, but given the size of their share in the electoral politics based on women population is not encouraging. So firstly, they face the problem of lack of party support. If you see that from since the independence, they are only women are only using for the movements. They are the party are not showing the interest to bring them in political field. So women are usually seen as excluding in the movements. Women of Assam seen as including in the movements, campaigning for election or any protest, but when it comes to nominating them to contest an election, almost all political parties have shown less border to include them equally in the decision making process. For women candidates, without giving much attention to real representation, but parties most of time prefer to nominate the deceased leader's wife or daughter by taking sympathy factors are into consideration. Into looking into the women politician history from INC, BJP, AGP, or any other party of Assam, most of them came to the politics after their politician husband or father died or killed by the terrorist group. As we know that after the Assam movement, there are ULFA were formed, and that time they were so much active, and many political leaders were killed. And as a result, political parties, as a compensation basis, their wives or daughter brought them in the political arena. But it should be also noted that this party has been any other new in Boroland People Front is exceptional and nominating two women in every state election who were engaged since their movement at the grassroots level. But it should be also noted that this party has not nominated any other new women since its formation. These two women are only representation of Boroland Territorial Council for many years. Political parties of Assam, unlike other state parties of India, do include plans and policies for women empowerment, but in their manifestos, but the reality shows different pictures of Assam. next one is not having a political background. So if you see, it has been found that in the studies that most of women representatives are having a political background. Ordinary women face major challenges to get party support or getting election tickets. Even in Assam, most of female politician is wife or daughter of ex-politician leaders who is getting ticket in each election since they entered into the political field. So for the normal women, for the ordinary women, they work for their lifetime in their respective parties with the hope of getting party tickets one day, but they do not get support in the male dominated political arena. Next one is socio-economic challenges. So socio-economic factors, this is the main one of the major challenges women face in the country like India, and Assam is not exceptional on that. Women who get engaged with their professional roles have to face a dual burden, with both domestic responsibilities and their professional roles. So as women are expected to manage all household activities, including taking care of their child, husband and in-laws, etc., it creates challenges for women to work till late night, traveling different places, working with male candidates, which raise question many times by their family itself. So many times, so to save their family, they drop their ideas or of including in politics, or those who already included or those who are already engaged with the politics find it very difficult to work effectively and play their different role in both workplace and home. Next one is that lack of higher education and proper training. There is no doubt that women are holding key position in different section, but their representation in electoral politics is not encouraging. Higher education and proper training are two key factors responsible for the awareness level in the state of Assam. So several bodies are dealing with women issues, yet they are not always effective. The lack of knowledge and awareness of election and electoral process among women, especially for rural women, is the barrier towards women participation and representation in politics. Last one is that lack of confidence. So basically what happens, though it's 21st century, the rural women, they are in Assam, like they are always engaged with household activities, so they are less confident to come out for political arena. Also they do not have idea like what is the environment in politics, what the roles and responsibilities they have to face, and they have to talk in public meetings, they have to attend the group meetings as well, the party meetings. So they feel lack of confidence and they hesitate to come and speak in the public meetings, talk openly. So this they face challenges to overcome their lack of confidence level, which is another problem which has been found as a challenges women face in politics. In conclusion, I'd like to say gender disparity and inequality prevail basically in every aspect of life. So patriarchy is so deeply rooted in our society that the goal of establishing a society based on gender justice is far away. So it seems rights are no longer made for weaker section of society. Therefore, it is the socio-economic development that will help them effectively participate in the decision-making process or the process of empowerment. The reservation scenario helps the women to socialize politically or participate in the collective work rather than traditional jobs which are only confined to their home. But the above scenario represent that political empowerment is not enough to address the socio-economic aspect. A lot of awareness is to be done by government about their duties, responsibilities and rights. Again, the consciousness of their existence in society as equal to gender is also very important in the process of empowerment. Then only the true sense of that political empowerment can be achieved. Women's visibility in the active politics has been very poor in Assam. The nature, you could see that in the diagram or you could see the data, the nature of their political representation indicates that women need some more time to employ a strong position in the realm of politics. So like any other part, the social and religious breeds and lack of training and discipline among women have limited their participation and representation in Assam politics. The equal representation will clean the electoral politics and also bring more lucidity in the administration system of Assam if it will happen. So it will expand areas of confidence development, cooperation, solve the women's issues in politics and different debate. So however, despite the less representation in political field, women of Assam can be praised for their active involvement in the social and economic life, which is witnessed by their role in women's organization. Thank you.